in the short, can you please tell us about yourself and where you from? Because some of the people might not know who you are.
Okay, now I am a journalist by profession. I was born in a place called Katlehong, a hospital called Natal Spirit Hospital in Katlehong. And but I grew up in a place called Gelexpan. I don't know who knows Gelexpan, but Gelexpan Hospital was actually built by my grandfather, the Temwefangedi Wilfred Mofokeng. And then he retired to a village called Lotlakane in 1985, where I grew up and I spent most of my time. I went to school go Letlhakane from primary school up to high school. Ke matriculated go ZM Seatlholo High School. And then I went straight to what was then University of Bophuthatswana, Unibo. But the very next day it became University of Northwest. And I studied my BA Communications there and my honors. And then after that, I 1998, 1996, when I was just a young kid, Sunday Times recruited me to become their journalist. I worked for Sunday Times from 96, but I became full-time in 98. And I lived in Joburg from there, 98 until
Okay.
now. Yes.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's enough.
Okay. Yes, no, that's enough. Some of us we grew up go Makuspani kwa.
Makuspan, my aunt actually was from Makuspan, Hasolani.
Yes, yes,
She
yes, yes.
she is my third aunt. Fancy
Uh-huh.
Solani, she passed away in 2015, I think. So can family go Makuspan, but Solani is my family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, no, we are happy to know that. So, well, Leslie, most of the people don't know that you've been involved in the summer one and also working behind the scenes. So, how long have you been involved in this award ceremony? And what was your involvement previously?
The first summer I attended was probably summer 3. I think 1997 or 98. I don't remember. But the summers were not even 5 when I started attending them. They were called F&B Summer Awards, and I've seen them grow. At that time, there were just some music award ceremony that, you know, it was not a big deal. They were still kind of prestigious, but they had to prove themselves or give a man. And I saw them grow in leaps and bounds. And then I think from 2005, if not 2006, I started being a judge. And then I took a break, I think, for 3 years, and then I went back and I judged for close to 10 years until last year. And and then I was also obviously a reporter. I was reporting on the summers. I was also a judge. And at the beginning of this year, I joined the PR company that does their PR, HM Entertainment, ka January, because I left journalism ka June 2019. So January 2020, I joined the PR company. And then in July. Are we in July? Yes,
Yes,
July.
yeah,
That's
July,
when
yes.
that's when the CEO seconded me to this role, yeah, to be the spokesperson. So my history this summer goes back to the 90s, 98, 99, the first time I actually went to the summers. And I've actually understood the process and I loved the concept. And I'm a fan of the summers. I like how they do their things. It's a very different award ceremony to all the others that we have in the country. And for the fact that they've been running for 26 years, or at least 26 editions that is summer, shows you that they're doing something right.
Yes, so it shows that the brand has grown from where you joined them till now, ne?
Yes, I mean, at the time, there was no red carpet, was not a big deal. Getting tickets to the summers was not a thing. Going to Sun City was not even there. They were happening what is known as the Joburg Theatre today. It was called the Civic Theatre. Now it's known as the Joburg Theatre, and it was not such a big thing. It became a big thing over the years as they started proving themselves and people seeing horror. It's actually prestigious to be nominated for a summer and to win it.
Now that's good to hear.
Yes.
Now that's good to hear about this. Yes. So now we're looking at this year, 2020, and now we are faced with this pandemic and restrictions. So what would be the plan of action for the awards for this year, and how would they be taking place?
Well, it's interesting that the summers have traveled this journey, the up and down, 26 years, and we find ourselves this year having to have no audience at all. I mean, I spoke about how it grew and attracted audiences. Sun City became the place to be. This year, there's no such. And it has nothing to do with the summers, it has everything to do with the state of the world and the rules of the country that we live in, coronavirus, those things. So we are streaming this year. We are doing it virtually. You can stream on a platform called mymuse.com by Vodacom. You can watch on Mzansi Magic, DSTV 161. Those are two really main platforms where you can catch the awards. They're happening over 5 nights, unlike the 2 nights that we are used to, go Sun City, a Friday and a Saturday. This time around is over 5 nights. And they're going to have themes. For example, there's for the roots, for the soul, for the streets, for the club, and for the craft. And all of these things are meant to celebrate the different facets of South African music. And that's how we actually group these awards. It's going to be a very exciting spectacle, I believe. There's going to be hosts. We're announcing them next week, 2 people, television stars. There's going to be performers. There's going to be presenters or guest presenters who come to hand out the awards. And it's going to be a very different experience because the host will be in a studio, but the others are spread out to reflect the state of the world, to reflect lockdown and this social distance that we have to adhere to. So it's going to be a great experience, a fest for all of us. But I'm very positive and excited that it's going to be something we're all going to be proud of as South Africans.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So now we're looking at the categories, Leslie. We know like most of the artists didn't have much to work on their brand or on their release and their albums. Now, how was it difficult or how was it easy for you guys to come up with categories, and how has the pandemic affected you coming up with categories? Because I believe that normally you do your categories based on what the artists do.
Yes. The thing with the summers that we need to know and remember all the time is that the awards are not for, they're called Summers 2020, Summers 26, but they're not. They're actually honoring the previous year. That's the format of the Summers. They look at the year that has passed and we honor excellence from that year. So the dates that you must remember is 1 March 2019 to 29 February 2020. That's when we close for entries. So what happens is that people are called. When I say people, I'm very careful. I'm very aware of what I'm saying. It's not the record companies only. Even you as an artist at home, when or an album, you can enter the summers. It's open to anyone who obviously registered his music, go somewhere and has the numbers and the papers. You can enter the summers. So this call for entry comes out. I think let's say October, but we start accepting entries from November. So it's November, December, January. In fact, I'm not counting it properly. I think it's December. No, it's December, January, February. Those 3 months are the months of entry. People submit their music, submit their albums, submit what they've done. And then after this process, 3 months, they are taken to judges who will dedicate the month of March. Obviously, they're going to be audited and make sure that everyone meets the standards. This is not old music. This is not, the vetoing process or the vetting process. And then in the month of March, the judge take time to listen to everything that's submitted. By April, we already know who's nominated. So Rona, the lockdown happened in March, just as we were ready to announce the nominations. And we had to go back to the drawing board and come up with something that will be in line with the norms of lockdown and social distancing and what the government has declared. So my answer to you is that we were ready when the lockdown happened. It's not like we were still looking for entries. The entries were already there. The judging had already happened. We were just about. Okay, or you want me to go over something again?
No, you guys. No, you guys. So the dates of the event, are they out yet? And where can people get to see the nominees, and can they vote also? Or has the process changed?
The dates are out. 2 weeks ago, we announced the nominees for Record of the Year, or what was known as Song of the Year. And we saw Prince KB taking the lead there with 4 nominations, followed by KO got 3 nominations. And then this week, Kalabo Raro, we announced the rest of the nominations. And there we saw Prince KB taking 5. Kopan Salile 4, Eli in 9. So Prince KB is our most nominated artist for summer 26. And he's followed by Something Soweto. And then there's also KO is also in there. And then we've got a whole lot of new jazz artists who got nominated this year. I mean, you also have the gospel star, Sbu Noah, was also nominated. I think it's got 3 nominations, including Newcomer of the Year. So it's quite a big deal for us that this talent that entertained us this year gets this recognition to 7 August at 9:30 p.m. on Mzansi Magic, DSTV 161, or on my Muse, M-U-Z-E, mymuse.com. It's a Vodacom platform where you can also tune in. You can also vote, and you can also watch. You can also vote for Record of the Year. Let's get confused. Record of the Year is the only category, the music video of the year. Those are the only 2 categories that are voted for the public. The rest, the voted like a panel, the experts, some mino, the summer. And that has already happened. That's March, between March and April. Let's say March. So that has already happened. What's left here, Record of the Year, and the Batwanale who they like in that category, as well as music video of the year, by the way. So those are the platforms, mymuse.com, yeah, Vodacom, and Mzansi Magic DSTV 161.
Okay. No, I think it's enough. What do you did?
Mufini, I'm losing you. How
time and for the opportunity.
How Oh, okay. No, I hope I answered everything well and you're happy.
Yes, I'm happy. Then we'll work on our side. And then we'll send you the link also once we're done. Okay, thank you very
All
much.
right. Okay, Roshab.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay, bye. Bye.